Hi there and welcome back. I have got two new products that I'm looking forward to showing you today, and they're both from Vieve. We have two of the shadow sticks and they are fab, so I'm going to show you how to use both of them together. The beauty of these is that they're waterproof. Okay. So I purchased the first shadow stick, which was camel. The idea, I kind of wanted to wear that just on its own as just across the lid, but it's a little bit too flat for me and maybe just a wee bit too warm in shade, just not quite enough for me. So I ended up going back and purchasing the black one, and it's called Raven. And what I love about these is that they're soft, they're creamy, so they're blendable. So when you think of a stick, you think of an eyeliner, you think you're going to put it on and you'll never be able to move it once it's on, but these you do have time before they set and they dry. And when they do set and dry, they're completely waterproof, but they're also easy to take off with makeup remover. I've put them to the test and I've had them on like all day and they really don't move. So it's great if you've got watery eyes like me. I always water at the corners, so this is a bit of a godsend, the black. And it's a great alternative to liquid liner or gel liner as well. You can still get a nice strong liner effect, but you don't need to, it doesn't need to be too harsh. So there's quite a few different ways you can do this, but I always like to keep it simple. I actually just drew a bit of a blob of each yesterday and tried to blend them together, and it worked really, really well, but I'm not going to do that because you may find the blending a wee bit tricky. So start with your lighter shade, which is camel. I think she's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe six shades, maybe more, starting from a really pale shade right up to Raven, which is the black, but they're all warm shades. Really, really nice. I just wish you'd bring out some grey tones, or even these in metallic would be amazing. I'm going to put this straight onto the eye. You're literally going to draw it on. Okay, don't be precise at this point in time. There's just no need. You can waste a lot of time trying to make it look perfect, and you really don't have to because there's time for that, okay, in the process. Other eye, under the eye, and under the eye. Now I'm back at work now, so time is everything. Lockdown no more. I have to manage my time efficiently, so quick makeup looks are an absolute must. Although I'm not one for hanging about the mirror anyway, I just want it on and out. So that's the first layer, and yes, it's very messy, but we're going to fix that. Literally with your finger, the heat of the pad of your finger will just melt it into your skin, and that's all you have to do. Just the edges, and kind of work down. Don't push it up, bring it down. I'm literally working in 40 minutes, so this will be my makeup look today for work. Okay, that's it done. That's your base. Now you can put any shadow above on top of that, which will make it more intense, and it'll give the shadow something to grab onto so it won't budge. So it's a great base, but also you can have that just as a shadow and just leave it as is. That's mine. Well, kind of my intention. Second step, I am going to take Raven, which is the black, and it's a lovely black. It's intense, but it's not harsh and too matte. It's really, really nice. And I'm going to work this into the outer corners of my, If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I always talk about bringing your angling everything upwards, never across and never down. If you're 20 and you angle across, fabulous. In your 30s, it's probably the same. Past 40, everything has to go up because everything's starting to, unfortunately, make its way down. Which is rubbish, but we want to try and disguise that the best we can. Okay, I go about half the way along, that's about it. And then I'm going to take it underneath. And just smudge into the camel. Then we're going to tidy it up a little bit. So you can take a nice firm brush. And all you're doing is softening the edges. These sticks blend so well. You wouldn't expect it, but they do. Okay, I'm going to do the other side and then I'm going to take it a step further. I've bought these sticks before, not Vieve sticks but other brands, and I've found they dry out so quickly or they're too waxy so you can't blend them. She seems to have got the formula just perfect. They're creamy enough, so they're blendable, but they also grab once they've set, which is just perfect. So I'm starting with that line along the top. Sorry. Do you know what else I've found? Sometimes when you use a black, black tends to usually be made up of a bluey tone. So when you mix it with a brown colour, gold colour, you know, something like that, it tends to affect the black and it can turn a kind of greeny shade. This does not happen with these because they're not powders. They blend perfectly and it doesn't alter the colour, which is amazing, especially when you're working professionally and you're in a hurry. You just want things to do what they're supposed to do. Don't give you any hassle. They just blend like a dream. I love them. And you can play about to get different effects. What I wanted to do, sorry, was use the Vieve palette to use one of the gold shades. So here I'm going to use Carrot and I'm going to put that in the lid and you'll see how that just gives you a different effect. I'm just going to use my fingers. No need for another brush. And again, if you're using a shimmery shade, I find that the heat of your fingers just gives the perfect colour payoff. So dip it into the Carrot, right into the centre of the lid. Lovely. Now that I've done that, it's time to basically clean up and make it look a little bit more polished. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the camel shade and just lift it up a little bit. And we're going to blend it. The beauty of this is that it's so, you can kind of customise any look you like. I would never have expected a stick to be as blendable as this. It's really, really lovely. What a formula. So let's build this up a little bit. You could also just winging that out a little bit. You could also use a really fine angled brush or liner brush to create more of a cat eye if you want, but I'm kind of wanting a change from that, so. And then just deepen the corners. Do you you know what else? Less mess if you use a stick. If I was going in with black powder right now, I would just be creating an absolute mess. Because powders drop from transfer. This doesn't budge. Genius. These circular movements with the brush is enough. Problem is, when I like something like this, like a product, I want to keep it for myself, but I also want it for my makeup kit, because this would be amazing for working, especially for brides. They don't always want that kind of winged liner, but they want a really strong structure to the eye for photographs, and especially something waterproof. And I feel like I could really trust this product to stay put, which is absolutely the point, isn't it? So let's get some mascara on. Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes, as always. Oh, I can't tell you how good it feels to be back at work. I am delighted. Kind of forgotten what it's like though to be juggling a diary and spinning the plates. It's difficult, and having a year off, I've kind of forgotten what it feels like. But I had a good reminder this week. Juggling dates, people moving dates, moving times. It's not easy, but it's good. I'm happy. Like I feel better for working again. That was more than enough of a holiday for me. It was just really quite Groundhog Day, you know. Different if you hate your job, but I love mine, so I want to go. Okay, so that is the finished eye look. I really like it because I know it's not going to fade. I know it's not going to come off. I know if my eyes water, it's not going to disappear and smudge down my face. It pretty much stays put, and that means it's just the best formula ever. I love it. So Vieve, the company's Vieve Eye Wands. I'll link the website below if you want to get some, but they're really, really good. You can also purchase them at Cult Beauty. Again, I'll link that below. And that is it for today. So thank you so much again for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you could. Just press the subscribe button and press the bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.